What's up, guys, and welcome back to the TNA series in TEW 2016 for the last time. It's time for Bound for Glory. We're in the North Charleston Coliseum. This will be going up on the launch day, or maybe the day before, I'm not decided yet, of the TEW 2020 beta. So I'll be streaming that at twitch.tv/mildly_music, hopefully. Assuming I'm alright and everything's hunky-dory. And don't forget, 2020's release date on April the 30th. Your boy Mild doing a 12-hour charity live stream. It's gonna be crazy. And speaking of things that are crazy, we open with a big hype video of this pay-per-view. A lot of shit has gone down in the 4 days in between, and I'm gonna fill you guys in when we get there. But a big video plays hyping up all the matches we're gonna see tonight. I guess a 76B-. Then, next segment, out comes Bret Hart to open the show, and everyone's like, oh, this is strange. And he announces Samoa Joe is injured. He's received a broken leg. So he cannot defend his title against the people that he was going to face in an open challenge. However, Bret says there will be a battle royal to determine the new X Division champion. The title is vacated. And furthermore, because of how this injury occurred, this occurred in an NWA Alliance member's ring, and it wasn't safe, and that is what caused Samoa Joe's injury. Thus, Bret Hart announces that TNA, as we're live, formally withdraws from the National Wrestling Alliance. All matches tonight will be for both the NWA and new TNA title belts, for the tag titles and for the singles, or like the World Heavyweight. And the fans go crazy for that. Following that, we have our final of our World X Cup. But had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Team Canada defeated Team USA when Petey Williams defeated Alex Shelley by submission with a sharpshooter after Scott D'Amour interfered. Team Canada, they pick up the World X Cup title. Bobby Roode was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance, which is a bit of a shame, but we've got a 63C. Then we have Abyss defeats BG James backstage. Or defeats BG James by pinfall in like a big back and forth slobber knocker that Abyss actually wins decisively, now that I think about it. And then, here's the Battle Royal. So we see some of the people that were going to be wrestling Samoa Joe. We have Too Cold Scorpio coming in as a guest. Air Paris, Chris Hero, Devon Storm, Dick Togo, Dr. Wagner Jr., another guest. So, not all these people were going to wrestle Joe, they're just some of them are sprinkled in. We have Elix Skipper, Frankie Kazarian, The Great Sasuke, Hayabusa, Jody Fleisch, La Parka, Men's Teo, MTV's Real World star, or is it Real Life? Shit, I forgot the name of the thing. Whatever it's called, whatever crappy reality show he was on, Mike Mizanin from... Hey, what window is that on? That's not on the right window. Anyway, whatever reality show Mike Mizanin was from, they're like, that's Mike Mizanin from that TV show. And everyone's like, boo. We then have, who else is in there? Nova, Paul London, Silver King, Super Crazy, Taka Michinoku, and Ultimo Dragon. All vying to win the X Division title. And in the end, Devon Storm picks up the victory in the Battle Royal, outlasting everyone else. Final four was Hayabusa, Ultimo Dragon, and Mike Mizanin. Hayabusa got the final elimination, or was the final elimination, excuse me, and Devon Storm. I like how Too Cold Scorpio has a gimmick that is getting stale when he debuted. And Devon Storm got the most eliminations over the course of the match and wins the X Division title. Yes. AJ Styles defeats RVD, bringing an end to their rivalry in a 78 B-rated match. 1816 hits the Styles Clash to get the win. Pretty decent match. We get hype video for Rey Mysterio versus Steve Corino. And then we have Rey Mysterio versus Steve Corino in a last man standing match where Rey finally got the win over Steve. It's The Real World. That's the name of the MTV show. Sorry, I wanted to find it. But yeah. Rey beats Steve Corino. And that gets a 70C+. Following that, here we go. The triple threat for the NWA Tag Team titles and the new TNA World Tag Team titles. America's Most Wanted didn't win. Punk and Cena lost the titles, and the new champions, Daniels and Kaz, after interference by a debuting Jimmy Yang. He came back to help Kaz because they were in the Young Dragons. Everyone's like, oh, that gets a 59C. The 56C minus, Jarrett defeats Ken Shamrock taintedly after Francine interferes. Boo, so he is now the new #1 contender. He will face the winner of this match, and here's the hype video for it. 82B. How are we gonna fare after that? In a bout that had fantastic heat and decent wrestling, but Hogan was too tired, Monty Brown defeats Hollywood Hogan in 1734 with a pinfall with the pounds, brackets period. Monty Brown wins the TNA World Heavyweight title, and he wins the NWA World Heavyweight title. 65C. Okay overall. Bit disappointing actually, if I'm being honest. And then Monty Brown goes in the crowd and celebrates with the people. That gets an 88B+. Monty Brown wins. And there we go. Our popularity's up in 12 regions. Slightly disappointing show rating, I'm not going to lie. Probably that Hogan match. My lack of Samoa Joe. So we're going to praise Monty, because he did well. And then we're going to look over some of our stats, I think, before we say goodbye to this series. That makes me sad. But we're not actually saying goodbye. It's not goodbye, it's see you later when Smiled updates a whole database worth of stuff. We'll compliment all three of those guys. Yay, yay, yay. There's Vito. Big Vito. We'll have a look at what WWE's up to. We'll have a look at what everyone else is up to, maybe. John Hennigan. Oh, this young rookie. And Paige's dad's about to go bankrupt, which isn't good for him. Yeah, a bunch of people have left. CM Punk thinks Alex Shelley's a good wrestler. So does RVD. Our buy rate is a 0.05. I can't remember if that's high or low. What's Slammiversary? Oh well. From May to October, we went from less than a 0.01 to a 0.05, and that's pretty goddamn good. And a bunch of people have left. Madison Eagles can now wrestle good places, good for her. Right, what do we want to look at? We want to look at all our different companies. So let's look at currently WWE, the big dogs. I think they've actually dropped in size, because I got a thing recently about them getting smaller, so I have a theory they've maybe dropped in size. Let's look at their roster, let's look at their titles. They've kept all the WCW titles all this time. Cruiserweight Champion, Funaki. I'm okay with that. United States Champion, Jamie Noble. Very interesting title lineage, by the way. The Undertaker, of course, currently the WCW World Champion. The Dudleys, currently the WCW World Tag Team Champions. Albert is the European Champion. The Hardcore Champion is Mike Awesome. I mean, that just kind of makes sense, actually. IC Champion is Steven Richards. Look at the IC titles history compared to all the other ones. Like, every other belt, you know, even the Hardcore title hasn't changed hands that often. The IC title has changed hands, let's see. It was on Triple H to Perry Saturn to Albert to Vacant to Steven Richards to Perry Saturn to Brian Clark to X-Pac to Billy Gunn to Steven Richards. 10 IC champions since the game started. And look at that, Billy Gunn had 13 defenses, Steven Richards had 7, 9 for Perry Saturn. This belt's settings wrong and it's set to be defended often. I feel like it might be. King of the Rings have been won by Matt Hardy, DDP, and Goldberg. Light heavyweight champion is Gregory Helms. Women's champion Trish Stratus. WWE World Heavyweight Champion, of course, is Sting. Surely setting up the title v title match at Mania. And wow, that's we're not even going to touch that. Let's look at New Japan titles. G1 Climaxes, Best Super Juniors, Liger. Nishimura's, I guess, kind of interesting in there. Maybe wouldn't put him in there. Muto and Kea winning a lot. Chono's the IWGP champ. Junior is Kea. Negro Crisas and El Samurai are the junior tag. And Kea and Muto are the other tag. God, they're all aboard the Muta Express over here. Noah, I assume most of their belts are just on Masawa. Marufuji, Kenta Kobayashi. That kid will never get anywhere. That is like the most realistic company, I think. Yeah, WWE also has basically everyone from WCW. But we have Steve Austin, because he got caught doing something dodgy, and then we signed him when his dodginess went away. All Japan, not doing so good. Kind of like real life at that time. Sabu's their tag champion. Look at the state of their titles, by the way. Champions Carnival has been won so far by Okamura and then Kawada. Triple Crown champion is Muto, so Muto is working in both. Hiroshi Hashi was the champion. Sick. Tenryu got 24 defenses and held it for over 2 years. Wow. There you go. Mike Barton's the tag champ. Jinsei Shinzaki is the junior heavyweight champ. And tag team tournament was won by Dr. Death on his own? That doesn't seem right. That seems very not correct. Someone's made an error setting up that database. I might correct that and just give them to their tag partners, because I think both of those guys have tag teams. And let's look at our history. The one you guys actually care about. So let's look at our titles. Our Terry Funk Memorial Cup. Past winners are Rob Van Dam and Monty Brown. Our first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion is Monty Brown. Our first TNA World Tag Team Champions are Christopher Daniels and Kaz Hayashi. World X Cup. Previous champions Team Japan and Team Canada. Then the X Division champion on its fifth holder, I guess. Fifth holder. Devon Storm. Former champions AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Ultimo Dragon, and Samoa Joe. And then let's have a look at our top 100, which was on the same screen, you idiot. So our best rating is an episode of Impact. And then third best show is another episode of Impact, all from this month. In fact, if you look at that, all of our best shows are recently, this year. So we're improving, which is good. Our best match of all time was from the Go Home show to Bound for Glory. AJ Styles, Ken Shamrock, and Monty Brown defeating Hogan, Jarrett, and RVD. RVD and Kaz Hayashi. Samoa Joe defeating Ultimo Dragon a couple of times. Daniels and Kaz defeating AJ and Ultimo. AJ defeating Daniels. RVD defeating Kaz. All the kind of regular people you would expect. And we've got AJ Styles and RVD from Bound for Glory 1. Made it on the list. That's good to see. Our biggest attendance of all time was at Bound for Glory 1. 13,000 fans in attendance. Best buy rate was Unbreakable. And that's all the things we can look at. Let's, for a bit of a laugh, let's look at our first ever NWA TNA 1 and see how far we've come. So in our first show we got a 66 C+. Wait, is that actually higher than our last show? No, it's 4 lower, so we've got better, guys. We had Icon, as they were called back then, cut a promo, which was then, at that point, Hogan, Nash, and Hall. Jushin Liger, Air Raid, and Casanova defeated the Flying Elvises, Joey Matthews, and Loki. James Mitchell hyped Abyss versus John Cena. Abyss defeated John Cena. The Cat cut a promo on Disco Inferno. Triple X defeated the Diamonds in the Rough. Los Lucha Locos, which were Psychosis and Super Crazy, and Otani and Takaiwa for the NWA World Tag Titles. Norman Brown and Norman Smiley cut a promo on Kaz and Taka Michinoku. Michinoku. So look at that, we had a 2,000 sellout. We're going to look at how that compares to earlier ones. Alright, we have Monty Brown and Norman Smiley defeating Kaz Hayashi and Taka Michinoku. RVD cut a promo on Hulk Hogan. Hollywood Hogan won the Battle Royal to become the first TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, we can see everyone who was in it. So we had BG James, Disco Inferno, Ernest Miller, Hogan, Jarrett, Shamrock, Nash. I think we had to have Pierre-Off Jr. because we ran out of people for some reason. I can't remember why he's on this card. I don't remember putting him in the first Battle Royal, but apparently I must have. And then RVD and Terry Funk. And after the match, RVD got attacked by Icon, as you would expect. Oh no, it was Jarrett, Nash, and Hogan to begin with. Hall doesn't come in until later, and then we had Conan for one night. I remember that. But yeah, look at that. So first show, sellout of 2,000. Last show, 13,000. We have done very well on this series. I'm sad that it's going to have to... It's probably... I'm not being honest. Well, I'm going to be honest. It will take me a long time to put this stuff over, I think. You know, into 2020. We'll have to wait and see till 2020 comes out. I hope you enjoyed this series. God knows I did. I'm kind of sad that it's all sort of over, but I'm gonna leave the Alliance. No wait, I'll leave the Alliance off thing because I want to then advance today and see if they all declare war on me. Because if they do, I'll put that in the data. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. If you want to see more stuff I do, subscribe. Remember to like the videos, comment. I think I'm sad, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.